Successful career women to this day cannot accept that most men do not care about their accomplishments. I've never met a man that heard how strong and independent a woman was and his salami was in full salute. I've never heard it. So why is it so hard for them to realize that men do not care about how much money they make, how many trips to the Caribbean and Eastern Europe they've been on, and how they can afford everything they want? I mean, can't they take a hint? We are literally telling them that it's not important and they still can't accept it. If there's one thing you should know about women, it's that they hate rejection and have the spirit of defiance in them. No matter what, women cannot stand it when the man they want doesn't want them. It's like rejection cuts deep into their soul. Instead of accepting the reality of the situation, they either chase the guy and continuously get pumped and dumped, or, in the spirit of defiance, continue to do the same thing with different men of the same caliber, expecting a different result. Because let's be honest with ourselves, highly successful women are not looking for broke ninjas to marry. They are looking for the top guys that make slightly above them or way more than them, and when these men select the younger and firmer women, they are beside themselves. Like, what did you expect? Do you think he would work his butt off to become a man of means only to choose a soggy leftover woman based on your accomplishments? This is the delusion successful women have that messes them up. But in their womanist-infested mind, they think if they are at or close to a man's level, then he's going to be attracted, and that's never going to be the case. What men want is a woman that is highly attractive, feminine, cooperative, submissive, can wash, cook, and clean, and that's it. That's literally what most men want but cannot get in today's world, especially from an alpha female. So it's time for these ladies to just accept the reality that they're going to die alone, and that's just how it's going to be. Or they can stop being so defiant and go get a man who makes less than them, and don't treat him as less than because you make more money than him. I don't know what to say to you. You can't have it all, ladies. And one more thing I need to touch on with successful career women that I know men don't take into consideration before wifing up these women, and it's that they won't have time to give you bedroom fun. Look, gents, if you have a woman that makes a lot of money, then she's not going to have time to let you mount her 7 days a week. Nope, that's not going to happen. She will be out working late hours, going on business trips, meetings, and work parties. She won't have much time on her hands to be a wife, and you have to understand that going in. Remember, a successful woman's work ethic is similar to a man's, so she will have to prioritize work over being a wife or girlfriend, and it is what it is. If you're cool with having sex once per week, it can work for you, but if you can't, stay away from those women. Overall, successful women do not make good mates for most men on the planet who qualify, and that's the bottom line. And worse, if you make less money than her and she is the one who pays most of the bills, then it's only a matter of time before she lets you know that she is the boss and belittles you. Most women who make more than their man by default cannot respect him fully, so she will rub it in your face that she makes more money than you. You better believe it, so if you don't want to be treated as less than, then do not date or go into a relationship if she makes more money than you. Are all of them like this? No, but most of these women will tell you who wears the pants in the family at some point in your relationship. I know this for a fact because I've heard women disrespect their men who make less money than them, so if you don't want to be disrespected and treated like you're disposable, then do not date successful career women who make more than you do. One last piece of game, guys, if you don't want a competitor, then stay away from successful women. These women had to compete with men and other ambitious women in their careers to get to the top. That same competitive spirit will naturally roll over in their relationships, and everything you do as a man will be critiqued and challenged as if you're competing with each other. This is a recipe for disaster because men don't want to fight against the world and get humbled daily just to come home to the same BS. Hell no, we want to be able to decompress and have some peace, quiet, freedom, and some peace leave. But instead, a successful woman won't have sex with you because she's so busy, and she'll complain about what you're not doing and tell you what you need to do, or how she will do it better in just pure hell. I'm warning you, hope strategists, do not do it. It won't work out for most of you regardless if you make more money than her, and that's just how it's going to be whether you like it or not. With that said, let's dive into an article that lists 5 reasons why you should not date successful career women. This article is from The Clever, and the title is 15 Reasons Why Men Don't Want to Be with Successful Women. We'll have to do a part 2, so this video is not too long. So look out for part 2 of this video, and tap the like button for me. If this video gets 300 likes, I'll upload part 2 today. Without further ado, let's dive into the article and break it down. Did I marry another man? What did she take me for? Am I that useless? My secretary at work respects me a whole lot more than my girlfriend does. Ding! That is what a confused man married to a successful woman feels like, trapped and disrespected. He feels like the man within him is not given a chance to express himself in their relationship. All men want is to enjoy being the head of the pack. If they were out for a strong, all-knowing, and all-providing companion, they could marry themselves, or better still, another man. Pause. Womanism might have worked for Coretta King and many other women who fought for a woman's voice in society. This does not mean the woman has to step on her husband's head to feel like she is stronger. A successful woman has it all, and it takes being a good man for her to submit. If you prove to be an ego-filled Dutch bag, she will pack her bags and leave. Here are a few reasons why men like the thought of a successful woman but can't stand marrying or dating one. Reason number 1 why men don't want to be with successful women is because men can't compete at work and in their homes too. Successful women tend to compete with men in the notion of I am an alpha female. Hey ma'am, alpha, he married you, so cut him some slack and quit competing with him. He doesn't have to be in the kitchen to help you cook every day. He married you to compliment him as he does you. I mean, he won't allow you to pay bills every time you guys are out on a date. So why do you expect him to do house chores every day? He could think of what to eat when he was a bachelor, but not when he's got you in his life. This does not give you the chance to mess the house up and give her a hard time. Put your dirty clothes in the laundry basket and not on the floor. Don't expect her to mop up the vomit you splatted out after a drinking spree with your boys. Also, don't disarrange what she's neatly arranged. I literally just touched on this a moment ago, and here it is to validate my point. Men really don't want a competitor at home because it adds more stress when your home should be your safe space. Well, we can debate this, but when you have a woman at home, highly likely you don't have a safe space with all the constant talking, complaining, nagging, bishing, instigating ish and annoying the hell out of you. So if you want peace, quiet, and freedom, leave women alone. Also, if you live with any woman, not just a successful woman, then don't make it harder for them to play their role. Likewise, with a maid or a meal prepper, don't make their jobs harder and be disrespectful. That's just an awful thing to do. Always do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Since I already covered this topic, let's dive into reason number 2. Reason number 2 why men don't want to be with successful women is because they have unrealistic expectations. Most successful women always had it all figured out and are always in pursuit of the perfect guy. Setting respectable standards is good. No one wants to date a loser anyway. When the standards are set too high, they tend to have no allowance for some imperfection in every guy, and this is what men repel like a plague. Men don't want to feel like they are living a scripted life. If he makes you happy, makes you feel loved, wanted, and appreciated, does it matter whether he lives in a house that's less expensive than yours or if he drives a normal ride as you cruise in your Ferrari? It ain't no fairy tale. Good luck with that. Women are hypergamous by nature, so they're going to want a man that's better than them, and that's just how they're hardwired. Women want to look up to their men, not look down on them. However, some of these women's unrealistic expectations are out of control. The qualities that some of these women are looking for don't exist in one man. And in the spirit of defiance, they refuse to settle for not getting everything they want, so they end up with box wine and cats. It is what it is. If no one can measure up and you can do bad all by yourself, then do it. Just stop complaining and go die alone. In this life, you can't have perfection, only trade-offs, but a defiant person will not be able to see that. Reason number 3 why men don't want to be with successful women is because of the I can do it all by myself syndrome. Most successful women have the I know it all syndrome lurking around their minds. They are the type that can fix car breakdowns, or the one that took a woodwork course and can do all repairs in the house, the plumbers who can fix their sewer system issues, or the one who insists on paying hotel bills while out on a date. Woman, give the man some space to fit his head. It is an admirable trait to be able to fend for yourself, but when the man comes in, allow him to do it for you, not because you can't do them, but because you don't have to do them when they are around and would like to help. If you ask them to do it, and they fail to, then you could do it by yourself. It shall go on record that you gave him a chance and he threw it away. Make him feel useful and appreciated. Gents, I agree with this point. My ex was slightly similar to this, and it was intolerable. Now she wasn't arrogant like many of these women, but there were things she didn't want me to do, like buy her stuff and treat her, all of which got annoying after some time, so I get it. No man wants to feel like he's not a contributor or a provider unless he's a leech or a broke ninja that depends on his girl to buy him Jordans and PlayStations. I don't agree with that at all, but you do you. The 5 ladies that watch the channel in silence, it's ought to let your man do stuff for you and treat you when he wants to. The I can do it all, and these boots were made for walking ain't going to work. I'm just letting you know. Only Pookie and Ray Ray are putting up with that. No rich man in his right mind is going to take that deal. You can't say you weren't warned. Reason number 4 why men don't want to be with successful women is because she has no time for you until she really needs you. Some successful women act all busy, even in their houses. Work all you want at your workplace, but once you get to the house, you are no longer the first lady nor the manager but a wife to a man who has had a long day. If you dare carry your bossiness to the bed, not minding your husband's ego, you will be banging yourself. He can't survive without sex either, even if he wanted to punish you. The thing is, he will go get some cookie outside your home from a woman who will be available for him and make him feel needed. The psychology of wealthy men visiting brothels also revolves around this theory. There are 2 things a man can't survive without: sex, a good supportive wife, and money. Underline sex. I don't know about that last part because I can survive without a supportive wife. Sex, well, not so much at the moment unless I catch the itchy scratchy, which I hope to God doesn't happen. And I also covered this before to show you I know what I'm talking about. I'll add to this point, men don't want to get pity sex from their wives either. If you know, then you know what married men go through. That Dan Starfish missionary, the hurry up and finish missionary, not to mention the hurry up and don't mess up the sheets marital missionary. All of those will drive a man to cheat, and rightfully so. When they were Fing Chad, they never told him to hurry up, but the man who's supporting you has to hurry up and make sure he doesn't get the sheets dirty. F that, and these women are notorious for doing this, and that's why men don't want them. Reason number 5 why men don't want to be with successful women is because they are too opinionated with zero filters. Strong and successful, powerful women are so opinionated. They always have something to say about everything, a habit they might have attained on their way up the ladder when their opinions were highly sought after in their line of work. A very dogmatic woman with no say or thoughts on issues is not a good kind either, but the opinionated type should be able to tame her tongue. She has to know when to speak, how to speak her mind without hurting others, and also know when to stay silent. I did touch on this briefly earlier in the video too. Gents, if you ever meet a woman that loves to talk and tell you what to do and how you could do it better, just walk away. I can't stand women who have an opinion on everything. Bish, just shut the F up and go sit down. That always runs through my mind, especially if I never asked for their input or opinion. I don't deal with women like that because they think they know everything. To hell with that, I'm not the one. Most women would win in life if they mastered the art of shutting up and looking pretty, but they can't do it for some reason. They often shoot themselves in the foot and don't even know it. They actually think that men like to hear them speak and share what's going on in their hamster wheel brain. It's crazy, but it is what it is. Don't blame men when you are lonely in that big McMansion. You did that to yourself, ladies, and that's just the harsh reality you'll have to face if you don't want to change. Share the video with a man that needs to hear this message. Let's try to save one man at a time, brothers. Links to our PayPal and Cash App are in the description box below if you want to donate. If you can't, then tap the like button so this message can reach more men. And I want you guys to think long and hard if you really want an alpha female for a wife. Also, if you want to see how successful women are feeling the effects of men checking out of relationships, then click the video on the screen right now to get this information.